Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that your front door won't open. Not jammed, not stuck, but completely sealed. Like the universe itself has decided you are never leaving the house. Now imagine 5 years of watching your neighbors die one by one through your living room window. 5 years of hunting squirrels inside your own house just to keep your kids alive. While something enormous and ancient is circling outside in the rain. And it's not from outer space. It's from somewhere much, much closer. And by the time you figure out what's happening, I promise you, your jaw is going to hit the floor. We are taken to Seattle, where Jason, a regular guy, is fishing to earn his livelihood. He is under a mountain of debt and a house that's literally sinking into the ground. His dog Cassidy is old and has to be given pills for his heart condition. His wife Anne is holding everything together by sheer willpower. Their kids, Graham and Ruth, are blissfully unaware that their dad is one missed mortgage payment away from a complete breakdown. It's just another rainy morning when Jason notices a violent storm approaching, prompting him to return home with a box of donuts for his family. Meanwhile, his neighbor Suzanne goes out jogging alone, and the two exchange friendly glances. The downpour appears to be extremely heavy, and the house loses its internet connection. To make matters worse, their phones are also not working, effectively disconnecting them from the outside world. Just then, the kids try opening the door, only to realize that it's locked. Jason throws his entire body weight at the front door, only to be thrown backwards.
Yeah, I'm fine.
He grabs a metal bar and smashes a window. But although the glass cracks, it won't break. Anne and Jason calm their kids, telling them that it must be the government who are keeping them locked for a good reason. But deep down inside, he cannot help but worry. He drills holes in the door, and here's where it gets seriously weird. He sees water droplets moving on their own like they're alive, crawling over and plug every single hole he makes. It's like an invisible barrier made of water, and it has completely sealed their home like a snow globe. No Wi-Fi, no cell signal, no ways to call for help.
Whatever is keeping us in here is not man-made.
When they look outside, they realize they're not alone in this predicament. Every house on the street is trapped. Meanwhile, Suzanne returns from a morning run and tries to enter her own house but can't. Sensing the danger, she goes and calls for help. And this gives some hope to the families. Anne sets house rules to keep everyone from falling apart mentally, which includes chores, routines, meal times, schoolwork. Jason, because he cannot sit still, spent hours trying to defeat the barrier with progressively more creative ideas. But all of them fail. He checks the air vents and thankfully, fresh air is still getting in, so at least they won't suffocate. Days pass, then weeks. Then neighbor Max, a retired dentist across the street, is already running out of food. Jason can do nothing to help and watches helplessly. That's the quiet horror of the situation. Watching other people suffer 50 feet away from you. But on day 30, Ruth sees something outside. A shadow moving in the rain. But her brother Graham brushes it off as an animal. Her parents too dismiss it as an imagination. Ruth, who is certain of what she saw, starts drawing pictures of it. Tall, dark, barely human-shaped. She calls it the Rainwalker. At dinner, Anne presents homemade cookies, but due to lack of sugar, she had to improvise. Things are clearly going from bad to worse. Hence, Anne starts sowing tomato seeds along with other plants inside their home to sustain themselves. To improve her mood, Jason plays their favorite movie and the couple enjoy a heartfelt moment. That night, while they are stargazing, their motion sensors detect something moving. It's a wolf, and Anne smiled at the sight of a living creature.
It's her world now. We are no longer the ones steering this ship.
That night, he reveals that he had bought a gun for the sake of protecting his family and teaches Anne how to use it. Christmas arrives and Ruth gets half an apple as present. The children have made a special gift for Anne. It is her first homegrown tomato. But the happiness is short-lived. Ruth sees their neighbor collapse while her husband tries to help. Unfortunately, the elderly woman passes away, and the incident has a deep impact on Ruth. That night, the rain returns. While Ruth is playing with Cassidy, a loud thunder deafens the little girl. To her shock, Susan starts banging at their window, asking to be let in. But a heartbeat later, a terrifying monster devours her, while the family watches helplessly from inside the house. It is clear they are not safe, and Jason immediately covers the windows to keep the children safe. From then on, the family adopts a strict rule: no going near the windows and to keep them covered when it rains. To divert their mind, Graham runs all around the house, while Ruth does aerial exercise. While doing so, cracks appear in the chimney. They inspect it, only to find that the topmost layer of the chimney has completely broken off. An idea crossed his mind. Jason ties the aerial silk around Ruth and hoists her up with a pole. To their delight, she is able to extend her hand through the chimney and feel the outside air. This is the first time in a long time that anyone in the family has felt the outside air. But things soon go sideways when Cassidy falls sick. As it appears, her heart medicine has run out, and now she has a hard time standing on her feet. With a heavy heart, Jason asks Anne to take the kids away while he puts Cassidy out of his misery. He chops it into pieces and refuses to cremate it, as its remain can help them survive if they ever run out of food.
If things got bad, like really, really bad, we might wish we had that option.
Both Anne and Jason are heartbroken to have departed ways with Cassidy, but they have no choice other than moving forward. A few hours later, the wolf appears in their backyard, and Jason gives it some of Cassidy's remains. But the rain scares it away. To his surprise, Jason notices that the raindrops can follow his movements, which is unlike anything he has ever seen in his life. Ruth has a small flower plant, and the child takes good care of it. But one rainy day, she forgets to remove it from the window. She escapes death by the skin of teeth, and it teaches her a tough lesson. Months pass by and the family runs out of food. Anne is so weak that she can barely stand for a few minutes. Desperate Graham offers his pet fish to his parents, and Jason hugs his family in bittersweet pain. But the sight of fish sparks an idea in him. He creates a makeshift trap, attaches some meat, and slowly lowers it out of the chimney. It grabs a fox's attention, but the trap is too slow to react. Next day, Anne gives him a bowl of food, and the carrot gives him another idea. He sets another trap, but this time with a carrot. He successfully catches a squirrel, and the family eats ravenously. He continues chimney fishing and catches birds, ferrets, and other small animals. Meanwhile, Anne starts planting crops at their basement. But after a few more months, the electricity finally runs out, forcing the family to spend their nights in candlelights. Fast forward 5 years since the day the rain started, the family has completely adapted to the situation. Anne has grown considerable amount of vegetables inside her home, and Jason has set up automatic traps. Both the children are now teenagers, and Ruth spends most of her time in the attic attaching her drawing to the window. The outside world has completely changed due to the absence of humans and machines, allowing nature to reclaim its glory. But Graham has had enough of house arrest. He now craves to go outside, even if it means risking his life. The house is also falling apart due to cracks, which have now spread to every room of the house.
Okay, the soil is eroding under the house.
Yeah, 5 years of daily rain will do that.
One such day, Jason shows his family the car which he has been working on for the past 5 years. But Graham shrugs it off as a failed project. Years of hardship has transformed Jason into a man who only thinks about survival. Anne tells him that the children miss spending time with their father, and she misses her husband. With time, Ruth becomes too lax about the rules, and one day she forgets to cover the windows. A monster feels their presence and barges inside the house through the door. Its sharp claws penetrate through the wooden floor with ease, and a drop of its spit is enough to make the crops wither. The family maintains pin-drop silence, and thankfully, a growling sound outside catches its attention. The rain stops, and Jason tries opening the door, but it appears to have been sealed again. Ruth believes that the creature belongs to the depth of the seas, as they know very little about the creatures of the ocean. But Jason convinces her otherwise. Anne tells him that the crops have died and now they are running out of water. Just then their trap catches a ferret. But when Ruth tries to pet it, she gets bitten. Her parents rush to her aid and realize that she needs antibiotics. Soon her condition deteriorates, and with no other choice, the family decides to take a decisive step. They have to break out of the house or else Ruth dies. In a fit of rage, Jason gets into his car and slams it repeatedly at the garage door, but it does not budge. He passes out and Anne helps him out. But the next moment, he grabs a metal rod and breaks the toilet. While Anne tries to stop him, Graham notices that the cracks have opened into the sewer pipes. Jason realizes it also connects to the Richardson house and remembers that Max is a dentist, so he might have antibiotics. Anne decides to carry the gun and go alone while being connected to her family through a video feed. She walks slowly and after pushing through a wall of loose bricks, reaches the Richardson house. There she is horrified to see an old woman's corpse lying on the bed, but she soon gathers herself and searches for the medicines. Unfortunately, the rain arrives, and Jason demands that Anne return immediately. Luckily, she finds the antibiotics and also a bottle of water. But the creatures are back. One of them sneaks inside the house, forcing Anne to remain hidden. She tiptoes down the stairs and into the sewer, where she is startled by Max's decomposing body. Her screams alert the monster of her location, forcing Anne to shoot. It has little effect on the creature and she is somehow pulled out of there by her family. Now the creature is aware of their location and sooner or later it will come to hunt them down. Hence the family sets up a trap using their car and a harpoon and awaits its arrival. To their horror, a dark black cloud begins circling above their house and causes a heavy downpour, which floods their basement within the blink of an eye. Using this opening, the creature invades their home and sets it on fire using a Molotov cocktail. But Jason misses his shot. The creature grabs him, making him lose the device. It corners them in the attic while Graham goes to find the weapon. Just before the monster could reach him, his family pulls him out of water. Jason shoots the harpoon, which triggers the trap, dragging the creature into the basement, effectively trapping it.
Open the door, or I'm gonna get you!
Jason threatens the creature, but Ruth warns him not to. Jason chooses compassion and lets the creature go. As a sign of gratitude, it opens the door of the house, and the family runs outside. But soon gets surrounded by more such creatures. The creature from inside the house calms them down and they leave as the house sinks into the earth. Today, after 5 years, the family gets to feel true freedom. In the ending scenes of the movie, we see Jason steering a boat into the now submerged city of Seattle, searching for any signs of life. Miraculously, when Ruth tries the radio, someone responds from the other end, proving that life always finds a way.
Can anybody hear me? Are there any other survivors out there?
Thanks for staying till the end. If you like this recap, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. See you all soon.